So it's finally showcase week, folks, and I am beyond excited for the show later this week if you are as well. Of course, drop a like on the video, and as always, those likes are very much appreciated. Now, the stories I wanted to cover in this video includes Infamous making a possible return, God of War Ragnarok gets possible first detail, mind-blowing reveals set to come from PlayStation, and Deep Down is back in the news. First, name one game you hope shows up at the PlayStation Showcase this week. I know everyone wants to name 20 plus games, but try to think of just one you'd really want to be there later this week. I'm curious to see what everyone wants, and who knows, you might open people up to different franchises they haven't heard about. So comment below one game you hope is at the PlayStation event later this week. Let me know the game down in the comments below. Now diving into the first story of the video, Deep Down. So for people who don't know, Deep Down is a title that was announced way back in 2013 with the February PlayStation 4 PlayStation meeting event. We've seen some gameplay for the game as well, but for years now it's been silent in terms of what's actually going on with the game. I personally just assumed it was cancelled. I thought a lot of other people thought the same thing. Here's the latest though, reading from The Gamer. So what really happened with Deep Down? No one has really been sure, as there hasn't been much news at all on the game. During an interview with Eurogamer in 2019, the game's producer Yoshinori Ono stated that even though the original team is clearly no longer together at this point, the project had not been completely given up on. After this, all had gone silent yet again, until Capcom renewed the trademark for Deep Down on June 19th, 2020. No other information had been given, but this renewal seemed to suggest that the game was still in the works and hadn't yet been abandoned. Just today, Jason Schreier, a reporter for Bloomberg, shared highlights from a video call that he had with former boss of PlayStation, Sean Layden. While there's a lot of good stuff you can read about what's gone in the past at PlayStation and why Layden left, one topic that hadn't been covered in this interview was Deep Down. However, Schreier took to Twitter after the article was published to say, "One thing I didn't include in the newsletter, I asked him what happened to the PlayStation exclusive Deep Down, which was announced in 2013, then vanished. He had to think for a second, then responded, I have no idea." I personally think after all this time, we can probably assume this game is it's not going to happen. And even if it does ever come out, it probably won't be as good, which usually is the case for games that are in development limbo, like Deep Down seemingly is. Now diving into the second story of the video, Infamous PlayStation 5. Reading from PlayStation Universe, the domain for Sucker Punch Productions' superhero franchise Infamous has been updated ahead of the PlayStation Showcase this Thursday, setting tongues wagging that we may get a new game revealed at the event. That's not all though. Special Nick added more fuel to the fire in a follow-up to the domain news, suggesting we might get something announced at the PlayStation Showcase after all, tweeting, "Okay, please take this one with a grain of salt because it's one of the things I couldn't get confirmed, but because I like the series, I'm hoping it's true. But there's a chance that we could see Infamous make a return at Sony's Showcase, fingers crossed." So let me throw my personal thoughts into this. One, the domain wasn't updated right before the September event this Thursday. If you look at the site, it was updated on June 29th, basically 2 months ago. Number two, Special Nick himself said, take this one with a grain of salt. He wasn't actually able to confirm anything on this, but just wanted to throw it out there on the off chance it happens because he's a fan of the franchise. I can get that. If someone told me we're going to get more Infamous, I definitely want to put that out there to have the discussion out in the wild. Three, while I would love another Infamous game, I don't see it happening at Sucker Punch. The studio is too small to be releasing Iki Island, more Legends content, be working on an Infamous game alongside Ghost of Tsushima 2, which there's no way they're not working on a Ghost of Tsushima sequel. The most likely thing I can see coming from this, if anything, is this being a remake of the first game, just to reignite interest in the franchise, get people excited about Infamous again, and then possibly there might be a new game in the future. I just don't see it being a new game just right now. But you guys let me know if you think Infamous will be at the PlayStation Showcase or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now diving into the final story of the video, mind-blowing reveals and God of War first possible details. So this story was a bit of a mix-up that David Jaffe had to clear up in a follow-up video according to him, but let's get the non-mix-up part of this out of the way. The first possible God of War Ragnarok detail. According to David Jaffe, he's hearing that the next God of War is targeting 40 hours of gameplay. He's not sure if that's main story gameplay or total completion gameplay. In my opinion, I hope that's total completion gameplay. God of War 2018 was in the 20 plus hour region to complete the main story, and according to website How Long to Beat, the completionist path would take 50 hours plus the finish. The next God of War should hit for similar marks, again in my opinion. If the main story itself is actually 40 hours long, then the completionist path could take up towards 100 hours possibly, which would be crazy. I don't want God of War to become this redundant 40-hour game, but I also trust Cory Barlog and the team, so let's see what they bring. This isn't again confirmed, of course, so let's see what happens. Now about the reveals, this story was mixed up. According to David Jaffe, he was talking about two separate things that people put together into one. To keep it simple, the first thing he talked about was two reveals he knows will be at the PlayStation event. He was responding to a fan who was hoping to not be disappointed by the PlayStation 5 showcase this week, and David responded with this.
He said, I'm not going to tell you what's going to be there. I don't know everything, but I know a handful of things, and you won't be disappointed if you are looking for kind of the traditional great first-party PlayStation. That's going to be there with flying colors, and I am so excited to see the people's response to it. I haven't even seen what I'm talking about, but I'm very proud and excited for all of them, of course, but some of these people that I can't wait to talk about it. But so that'll be next week.
So this part was focused on what he knows about the showcase. Big traditional PlayStation reveals will be there, which is exciting because this sounds like what Sony used to deliver with E3. So my expectations are currently up there. I'm not expecting the world in 40 minutes, obviously, but I expect some good things to be shown. So it's good to hear Jaffe say this. Now, the second point he threw out there came from a tweet where he said, "Here's a useless tweet, but if I don't say something, I will explode. Just found out about a new PlayStation game they are making. No idea when it will get unveiled, maybe next week, maybe not, but just know when it does, people are gonna lose their effing minds. Badass." So the issue was that people, for some reason, confused his earlier comments with this tweet, in that David Jaffe was confirming this mind-blowing game reveal at the PlayStation 5 showcase this week, which isn't obviously the case if you read the tweet. He knows about two big announcements set to be there, with a third game being this mind-blowing one that could be there or could be shown later. Now, as for my response, my goodness, there's so much hype surrounding this event. If we get God of War, which I'd be surprised if we don't, and Factions 2 gameplay at least, I'll be happy. The MGS Remake, Sly Cooper rumor, Infamous return rumor, Killzone Online rumor, SOCOM rumor, the list goes on and on of what could possibly be there. All of that I would love to see as well, of course, but I really hope we at least see the successor to Factions. It's been a good amount of time. But you guys let me know where your hype levels are currently at for the PlayStation Showcase this week. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is the body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "We are days away." Obviously referring to the PlayStation Showcase. If you're as excited as I am, destroy the comment section with "We are days away," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.